It's now 12 minutes past 8, and that means it's time to talk business. So we'll say good morning to our business editor, Mike Eppel. Hi, Mike. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing very well, but we're talking about pandemic buying. Where are we seeing these boosts? Which stores?
Grocery stores in general, and that's borne out in the earnings this morning from the operator of Sobeys and Safeway, Empire Company out of Stellarton, Nova Scotia, reported their earnings. And numbers were up across the board. So, you saw people lined up to get into stores in many cases. As the pandemic shutdown was taking place, people were buying toilet paper and canned goods and everything else and coming out with full grocery carts. Well, guess what? That raised the earnings to $177 million. That was $50 million higher than a year ago. And the sales jumped anywhere from 15 to 18%. I mean, these grocery stores typically do about 2 to 3% sales growth year over year. Massive numbers. Loblaws and others have seen similar results. Now, where it's going to be interesting going forward here is Sobeys, or Empire in this case, has now ended that so-called hero pay, where they were paying an extra $2 an hour to their staff. And there was a lot of criticism about it, that all three of the mainline grocery store retailers announced it on the same day, and it's probably going to go to some sort of look at in Ottawa to one of the commissions up there within government to say, okay, maybe you should be paying your staff a little bit more.
Exactly.
So we might get into the political realm. We
talk about frontline workers. Those working in grocery stores, convenience stores are not quite in the same situation, but they're still there. Okay, before we run out of time, let's talk about Carnival Cruise Lines. Just how much money did they lose?
$4.5 billion. They are mothballing some ships, and they have no idea when they're going to be sailing again. And I think that was the most telling statement from their update this morning on earnings. They can't say. They don't know the protocols. How do you get people on a ship? How do you offer buffets? I have no idea. They've been trying to guess, and at this point they're just saying, we don't know. They're working with health officials and governments. And don't forget, Florida has the biggest ports in the United States. That's where all the big cruise ships come in and out of, whether it's Miami or Fort Lauderdale. So it's unknown when cruise ships, and this is a problem for the airline industry and all of them in the travel industry right now, right?
Well, especially with cruise ships. That was my nightmare, the idea of a cruise ship, even before the pandemic.
That was the headline as the pandemic struck, and it is going to probably be the last one to get back to normal, if that is indeed a thing.
Right. Okay, we got to go. I'll see you tomorrow, though, Friday.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Huzzah.
At 15 minutes past 8, let's go ahead and take a look at the markets.
This portion of BT is brought to you by 660 News, Calgary's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.